What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army. Look a little unmotivated, don't I? I actually kind of am. I'm on vacation. I'm tired. It's the morning. My wife, fortunately, got a new job, so she's up and early and woke me up. So here I am. Figured I'd do the video. But the reason I'm unmotivated is a good reason. Josh over at CollectionDX did a review of the Miracle Productions vehicle Voltron. After watching that, I'm pretty much just stunned, I guess is the word, that he went through. So I forgot how many pictures he took. I think there are hundreds of pictures that he took of every angle, every possible thing you could possibly do when you do a review. And then he did a comprehensive video. And it's almost like much in the way that the Eminem movie, where you know, when Eminem goes up and does his rap battle, and it's so awesome that the other guy's just left speechless and, you know, has nothing to say. I'm pretty much like that with this, with the review on this guy. So what I am going to do is talk a little bit about the experience that a lot of people had, at the same time trying to be kind of like in the middle of both sides of the field here. And what I mean by field is the store involved in shipping these out, and then the people involved on the other end. As a business owner, I know things are tough, and as a customer, I know that we do expect to be treated like royalty when when you're handing over good amounts of money. So I'm trying to be in the middle here. But basically, we found out about this a long time ago. I don't remember when, 2011 maybe, or maybe even 2010. There was talks of this happening, but probably around early 2012. I don't remember, guys. It's so freaking long. But there was a post on Robot Japan, robot-japan.com. If you go there, you just go into the forums, you're going to the Miracle Productions Voltron. I think at the moment there's like, we're maybe almost 370, pages of talking about this. And I would say a good 95% of that is negative. Negative because there was delays, and then there's manufacturing problems, then there's lack of communication from stores, then there's the people that pre-ordered and paid a premium, and then eBay comes out and sells them for $60 or more or less than the people who pre-ordered, and then the people that pre-ordered because you're supposed to get a die-cast sword, which would have been great. Then you don't get a die-cast sword, you get a plastic sword. And then it turns out that the sword that was supposed to be exclusive is not exclusive. It comes in all the sets, so even the people that paid $200 are getting the exclusive sword. And then what's funny is the people that are on board pre-ordered way back. I think I pre-ordered February 21st of 2012, which I believe was the first day of pre-orders, if I'm not mistaken. And I picked myself up the Voltron, expecting to get a die-cast sword through the store, Toy Freaks. I guess I can mention the name. Everybody knows who the hell I'm talking about. They were promised from the company a die-cast sword. I don't know. He made an arrangement to be the official distributor for the vehicle Voltron, and it's just been a mess after that. And I kind of feel bad for David, which is the owner of Toy Freaks. But at the same time, I see what the customers are going through with lack of communication. I think Josh is going to do a follow-up video with like the process of the whole thing that happened. Maybe Dave can shed some light as to why things happened the way they did. But we all know a lot of stuff happened if you're following that thread. But then there was the issue of this not being a legit toy. It does say WEP, World Event Productions, who licensed this, but only in Asian countries. So this was at one point. This was on, and I'm sorry to jump back and forth in timeline, but things just pop up. But at some point, this was on BBTS as a pre-order. Then they had to knock it down because they got a cease and desist from, I believe, Classic Media, which does their licensing for WEP, something like that. They were told to knock it down. Toy Freaks was also told to knock it down, but you could still order it, you know, if you knew how. And the forum always told you ways to be able to communicate, to be able to order, even though they took it down off the site. And then once in a while it would pop up. And then there was the whole thing where finally it did come out. Like 150 of them came out, and they pretty much had horrible quality control. There was horrible paint apps. There were like things like metal splatter on the die cast. It was just really bad. A lot of them were getting returned, so they had to redo the whole thing. So now, not only did the people that waited not have it, which was fine with me. I'd rather have a nice piece than a first release mess. Okay, Josh has both in the video. He'll show you both. He'll show you the differences. I don't have the first version. I only have the Toy Freaks version, which is pretty much the same one everybody's getting, the version 2 now. So there was a big mess with that. Then it turns out that someone had written to WEP and says that they never gave a license for that, and I don't know, they didn't go into specifics. The way you would read it is that they have nothing to do with this figure. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But they have the WEP branding, so I don't know if they meant like not at all in the United States. There was even a post on their Facebook, big letters, like, we have nothing to do with this or whatever. I forgot what it said exactly. Like, this thing may exist, but it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, but it's here. It's finally out. I can't think of any other issues that were going on before I continue. I do know there was a lot of lack of communication. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of issues with this one. I have not gotten any response emails for replacements. That's another thing. Because these sellers based in the US, we were supposed to be able to get replacements easily. I'm kind of just waiting to see, really giving him the benefit of the doubt. Wait to see what the issue is and what's going on when hopefully he does a follow-up with Josh and when he's done shipping everything. Because I can maybe understand if there's hundreds of Voltrons and he's packing them by himself, which is supposedly what he's doing, it's going to take him forever. He's not going to want to read any emails. I wouldn't. That's not the best way to handle a business, but if you think about it as a human being, you know, having another job and new family, and I don't know, but I digress. Yeah, so I tend to blab a lot, and like I said, this was originally going to be a what do you call it? A review, but I'm going to have to put that aside and leave this as a video talking about it, and then show you the figure. Well, don't I feel like a dumbass? That box I've been putting my hands on and opening over here didn't even have the Voltron inside. I don't know. Like I said, it's morning. I haven't had coffee yet, which I'm actually craving right now. But here it is. I found it in my storage area over here. But anyway, here is the box that it comes in. A lot of people got their Voltrons in the mail shipped just like this. Mine came in a bigger box with paper around it. And to think, you know, with all the issues going on with trying to get the orders done, you would think he would have just taken a shortcut, slapped a shipping sticker on this and shipped it out, because technically that's what this box is for. Yeah, so it's a nice sturdy shipping box. If we open it, you'll see, well, actually, probably should have prepared this, but the actual box comes wrapped in tissue, which I have right here. The reason I'm holding on to the tissue is because I got something inside there. But here's a packing slip. But there it is. All right, so it's got little foam pieces. They're not styrofoam. They're actually like the rubber foam. See that? So it holds the box away from the edges, so that the box itself inside doesn't get crushed, which I thought was an excellent idea. Very reminiscent to Future stuff, except Future uses actual styrofoam. And then you got the corners here, which you can take off. Now, the Voltron isn't in this box. the Voltron. I do apologize for the lighting. I have horrible lighting. See that? It covers my face. But that's what I got right now, guys. But he's actually right here, and I'm actually blind without my glasses. Right there. That one right there. He's back there next to the masterpiece Voltron. Take these off again so I can be blind. And continuing. So the box, they did say sometime in the beginning that these were made in the same factory as Future and Solo Chogoking. Maybe, but not to the same QC standards, for those companies. Because it is possible for a factory to make a really high-end product and a really crappy product. It all depends, hey, how much do you want to spend on the overall product finish and fit and feel and quality, so you have a range. I mean, a company that gets contracted gives you the option. Do you want something really good? It's going to cost you so and so. You want something mid-range? It's going to cost you so and so. Or we can do this here, which is low end. So somehow this has to fall in between that. Otherwise, they're being done in a factory. If this is the high-end product, it's probably not the same factory. If it's supposedly under the same QC standards, I doubt it. The figure has issues. Now this is the first, what do you call it? First thing that this company has done that's like this. I mean, for any company to take on a 15 vehicle combiner is a feat. The fact that they got it right the second time is amazing to me. But usually companies probably go through making a bunch of prototypes. I know they did prototypes with this, but it's kind of weird. You don't really hear about other companies issuing a first release. I mean, it's happened, like, the Rodimus, Masterpiece Rodimus. But these people, I think, just wanted to get it out. And, they did a little 150 of them, I guess, to check to see how they are. People complained, and then that's what they fixed. But, yeah, so the box, I think the box is actually nice. It would have been cool if it had a handle, like the old, the old robots in the 80s. The back is actually completely black, which is kind of strange. Should have put like a white Voltron outline logo or something, just something back there. And then if we open it up, it actually opens up pretty cool. Just slide this little tab down. Alright, and then open it up this way. You kind of want to grab it from both ends because you will fold the flap if you don't. So, ooh, something fell out. And the inside is just a lot of styrofoam. A lot. That's all I'm going to say. Just a lot. Which is what you would expect from a high-end die-cast figure. A lot of people don't like styrofoam. I love it. I know it's bad for the environment, but I love it. And then inside here, like I said, the figures back there, you would see all the individual figures wrapped in plastic in all these little slots, and you get this little cardboard piece. It doesn't actually fit around the edge of the cardboard, it's just laying on there. And then if we get inside, this is the actual tray, which is a big thing of styrofoam. But if we get inside, you'll see the tray here. So the tray is nicely done. Just like, looks like something you would grab out of a Solo Chogoking box. Everything looks to be nicely done. I haven't opened this up yet, it's still sealed. But it looks good, chrome looks good. There's the metal rods here for the weapons. There's the two swords. You got a gold sword, a chrome sword, and then this sword comes loose, which I guess is what they used as the exclusive, which is no longer exclusive. It's just in all the boxes. But the blade does come off, so that does maybe want to make me have the blade made out of metal, or maybe at least the bottom here. So you got the fist here, and then it does come with the instruction booklet, which is horribly folded inside. Definitely not a high-end looking thing here, but it's black and white. And from what I've heard, the instructions are pretty bad. I don't know, looking at them quick, doesn't seem like they're too bad, but you know, for the amount of combination that there is, it feels like there should be a little bit more info in here, but that's the way it is. So I guess the only thing left to do now is take a look at the figures. Just give me a moment. I'm going to grab them from the case over here, all right? Can't find the remote. Here it is. Alright guys, so here he is. As you can see, I'm not using my normal review area because I don't really want to make a full-blown review of this. This is just me checking out the figure with you guys, alright? So here he is. Nice, tall, heavy, and he does roll, which is something that makes me a little iffy about this figure. The first version did have skid plates that came out of the bottom of the vehicles. I don't think these come out. I think there was supposed to be a button. These pull out. I don't know. I don't know if they pull out. I'm not going to bother. It does have rubber wheels, so they kind of do squish in just a tad to make it less, you know, more rolling resistance, I guess I should say. But it still does roll, which just be careful with that. My figure actually came pretty good, except for a couple of things. The head has some pretty nasty paint on the back here, which I don't even know if I'll be able to show you guys. But some of the paint back here is badly done. It's really hard to see. And if you guys will notice here, the pin. This is the pin that's supposed to be in the neck, where this would attach to, like that. And you'll see it comes out with the plain thing here. I know you can press it back in. I guess I'll do that at some point, but for now it's just going to stay like that. And I think there's a little bit of chrome missing on the rotor here. Not too bad. It's really nitpicking, really, but overall the figure came out good. I'm kind of happy. Actually, not kind of. I'm very happy this thing is out. The articulation, really good. I mean, it's weird because it's like these little doors on the side of the helicopter here is what it's ratcheting on, but it feels pretty sturdy nonetheless. The shoulders come forward. This part of the airplane here goes forward, just goes forward like that. See what that looks like to you guys from the top here. So the shoulder movement's actually really cool. Then you got the upper bicep ratchet. You get really soft ratchets on the elbow, but good articulation. You get a waist, I think, and I think it's a ratcheting waist, which I think was pretty cool. And then you get the ab crunch, which is a really loud ratchet there. Then you get the legs here that do spin back and forth. Let's see what else there is. Then you got the knees. Now for the knees, if we look back here, something fell off. Put that to the side there. It's something I want to get into. The back here, the knees, to be able to fold the knees, there's these parts back here. You'll see there's no space for really the knee to go, or the back of the knee to go when this is bent. But if you slide these suckers down, then you can bend the knee, right? And let's see what else. And then the ankle, it does have the ankle side to side. It's really stiff. It's like a really stiff ball joint. I can't really move it. The best way to move it is to take the vehicle off and like just manhandle these black things that stick out. I don't know if there's a screw I can loosen to make the ankles a little softer. You don't want to force it from the feet. Trust me, you don't want to force it because, let me lay this guy down a little bit. You don't want to force it. And I'm sorry I'm not in the video. I don't think you need to see my face anyway. But you'll see these little panels up here. This is what holds the vehicle, or the foot to the actual body, which is just this panel here. And the panel, you can actually pop it open by hand. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to wear it out. But it will pop out with enough force. But otherwise there's a button here that allows you to flip this around when not in use, and it's completely flat. Alright? So you can see that. I don't know why I'm not zooming in for things like this, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, there we go. So that's that. All right, so the panel is kind of flimsy. I don't think I really want to force the ankle there, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but the feet do fall off a lot. Let me zoom back out. So unprofessional. Anyway, so the feet do fall out. The friction fit, I'm not entirely happy. There's no click when they go in. Now this thing, which does open on the original, also does tend to fall out on this one. I mean, it goes back in. A lot of people had problems with this opening up by itself. It's pretty tight in there, but it does fall off, you know, whenever it feels like it, because you know, it doesn't fall off easily, but once in a while it just ends up falling off. Guys have seen in Josh's video, this is a magnet, and it's pretty strong, actually. Clicks on there, doesn't, the fitment, I guess, the size of the square back here is a little smaller than the one on the chest, so you do have a little bit of play when it comes to the chest here. Just ever so slightly. That's actually not very slightly, that's a lot. So you'd have to center it, pull it down a little bit, and it gets centered. Now, getting back to the head, the little pin comes out, which is not a big deal. It can be pressed in, but an issue that a lot of people had was the fact that the what do you call it? These his sideburns, I guess, the white sideburns, which would be the ship when it closes, would be very loose. Mine are actually pretty tight. You can see it putting pretty excessive force. You can hear me hitting it. All right. Ooh, I can't even close them. There we go. All right. And I think the head is on a spring. Supposedly the face is on a spring. I don't know. I don't really feel it. But that closes up. And it is loose in the closed position. Okay? So I think that's really what the problem is. See that? It doesn't stay closed. But once you get it out here, it's like, woo, tight as hell. All right? And the face sculpt is pretty cool. I'm just glad the face isn't messed up. I know somebody on the Robot Japan forums that got a messed up face. Feel sorry for you, dude. But you know, I think it's a pretty easy enough fix with paint. I'm pretty comfortable in repairing stuff. I've painted a lot of stuff. But still, don't want to have to do that when I pay so much for a figure. Now, the thing I did forget to show you is the articulation of the head. The head is articulated. Moves back and forth a little bit this way, so not the most professional in my videos, guys. I'm sorry, but after watching Josh's video, there's really no point in this video. But maybe you guys want to see a take or what I feel about this vehicle Voltron, which as a fan of Voltron, I feel a responsibility to make a video for, and I just wanted to show you guys because I think it's really cool. Now, one of the cool things about owning so many robots is I can make comparisons. Now, I would love to make a comparison with the vintage, but that thing falls apart just by looking at it. So, it's stored away, but I can show you with, whoa! Alright, something very expensive is about to fall. Excuse me. Alright. Alrighty. Almost had a heart attack there, but anyway, here is my masterpiece Lion Force Voltron. Alright, compared with this guy. Scale up pretty nice. You can do your own Fleet of Doom thing. But these are examples of two characters or two awesome figures that I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This is a great example of something that's just not 100% yet. You know, Toonami did this version here, the Lion Force Voltron, and it's an absolutely spectacular figure, but it's not the most, it's not what, you know, like, in other words, it's not final. Like, for me, it's not a final thing. This is a step up. This is just showing people out there that there's still love for Voltron, but it's just not the definitive version of the Lion Force Voltron. And I kind of feel that with this, although I feel this is more definitive than this. I don't know why. You know, Toonami is it's good quality. The molding is sharp. It doesn't have quite the same kind of issues this does, but I'm sure there are a lot of people who beg to differ. Things break, like the legs break, the wings break. Very delicate figure, but it feels a little more finished than this, the vehicle one, but somehow, because I guess the amount of detail and just how complex it is, this feels a little more definitive, although on its own, I wouldn't consider it definitive. We do need to see versions from Bandai to make them definitive. Now, something else I can scale it to. This little guy almost fell. This is a little die cast, die rugger here. And you'll notice he's missing a fist. I don't know where the hell it is. Probably melted and flew away. I don't know. And then the little bootleg thing right here. So that's what it matches up to that. And then one of the guys that fell is another Toonami product. This is the vinyl die rugger, or Voltron, right? Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a cool way to show off Voltrons. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about now that I have this vehicle Voltron out. I think the issue now is just trying to get replacement parts. I think I can live with the way it is. I would like to get a new head, although if let's just say I get a new head, then the face is going to be messed up. So, I don't even know how to explain it. It's weird, just the finish on the back. I don't know what they did. They obviously hand-painted. They hand-painted back here. I guess there was an issue, probably a chip in the paint. But I don't know. It looks like they were also wiping their ass at the same time. They probably stuck this in their ass because there's brown shit on it. Don't know how to explain that. The crest, all this time, I thought it was centered. That's another issue. The crest on the head here is, I'm a little obsessive when it comes to symmetry. Not obsessive, but I'm very, I notice things like that. But I notice as I get older, I don't notice it as much. As a matter of fact, I did a Masterpiece Sideswipe review, knockoff, and everybody's like, oh, the Autobot thing is off center. I didn't realize it the whole time I'm doing a review, but it was way off. Same thing with this. I didn't notice it till I just really paid attention. And let's zoom in here. Again, very unprofessional, but this is what I got to deal with, guys. And when you pay more than $1,000 for a camera, you expect it to fucking zoom. Holy shit. Zoom. Not zoom, focus. There you go. I can't even know the name of the procedure here. But anyway, the crest here, slightly off center. And you guys are probably like, this guy's wacko, it's not that bad. But yeah, you're paying almost $300 for a figure. Everything should be freaking straight. You're mostly paying for the fact that it's like 80% die cast, which is another thing. This thing is so freaking heavy. It's too heavy for its own good. You would think there's no reason to complain about tons of die cast, but really, in the case of this guy, I don't know. I can't complain about it, but I do see where that causes problems for this figure for a lot of people. Balancing issues, pretty much balancing issues. Other than that, just the fact that it's heavy and metal is right up my alley. And I know something back here falls out. I think it's this thing. If it wasn't connected to the leg, I think it just flies off. So the engineering could be a little bit better. It looks like the guys who did this have some experience building toys, just a little bit of engineering issues. Like I said, I don't have the version 1 to compare, but you got the rubber treads here. There was like some rolling wheels that were on the version 1 and are no longer on this one. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I'm not going to take this apart. I think I gave up on that the second I started putting it together. I'm just like, I don't want to. Like I said, Josh's video is probably the best video you're going to see on this guy if you want to know everything about it. So if you want to see the vehicles independently, check that out. If you want to see the different teams, check that out. I've not done the team thing here. Again, I'm an adult collector. I don't really play with them much. I don't have the time to play with them. I'm on vacation right now, and I don't feel like playing with them. Weapons, I'm not going to really take them out, guys. You know, and I do apologize for not really going to full length of everything on here. I just wanted to show you guys a figure, give you my overall thoughts. So this is technically not a review. Do check out CollectionDX for the full review. If you like Vehicle Voltron, you're going to love this. Simple as that. If you had to go through the whole fiasco, I feel you. I feel you. But if you're just seeing this now, like, I'm going to go buy it, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to get yours in a couple weeks, maybe even less, and you don't have to go through the whole mess that we did. But here it is. So maybe stay tuned for, you know, the whole write-up or video that Josh is going to do explaining the process from beginning to end on this figure. Hopefully they can clear a lot of things up. But this thing is going to go down in history as being one of the most intense, I don't know what the word is, kind of releases. Like, just the most hate-ridden, most hopeful, every emotion you can possibly feel has been felt since the since the introduction or the time this was announced. I mean, it's amazing. I'm actually kind of speechless, and I think I'm gonna have that coffee, guys. So I think I'm gonna end this video. Got a lot of other stuff to do. So yeah, leave a comment. See what you guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys own this, let me know if you got issues. I don't know, but overall, very happy with it. It's a freaking Vehicle Voltron, guys. Jesus, damn awesome. But yeah, that's it, guys. Bye bye.